Hi friends, this is a product I'm excited to share with you today. This is from NEEWER. This is their sunrise alarm clock and sound machine. This is something that you will not only want to have one of in your home, but if you have other family members aside from yourself, you'll want several. And that's because this is fantastic. It's such a great alternative. In fact, it's a better alternative to the standard alarm clock. That's because this particular alarm clock and sound system, the light system in it helps support your that natural circadian rhythm. It helps wake you up without startling you awake, which obviously is healthier for you and much more preferred. Little backstory here, but last year I had noticed that despite whatever sound that I set the alarm clock on my phone to, you have usually 10, 20 different options. I was waking up every morning with just my heart racing. And that's not a natural thing, but it's because I was always being startled awake while I was still in deep sleep oftentimes. And again, that's not natural. That's not something that's definitely not a way that you want to start your day. And there were times even when I would wake up before my alarm clock would go off, but my heart would begin to race and I'd start to get that anxiety anticipating either my alarm clock or my husband's alarm clock going off, and just that horrible, awful noise. So I did a little bit of research and found it is these light alarm clocks that are fantastic. They mirror more of our natural circadian rhythms. Back in the day, men, women, whether they worked in the fields or not, they depended on the light of day and the sunlight, and they would wake as the sun rose. And our bodies naturally, obviously, are attuned to that and would prefer that. That's why if we try to take a nap in the middle of the day, more often than not, we'll shut all the blinds, we'll close the curtains, we'll try to shut out as much light as possible so that we get a better quality sleep. And of course, I fully agree that darkness is great for better quality sleep. But when it comes to waking, then we need that natural light. Love these machines because they mirror that natural light. Absolutely love it. There's different options. There's different color combinations. I'll show you here in just a moment. Along with this, it's also a sound machine that is so comforting. A lot of people prefer to sleep with sounds of some sort. Often people will say they need that white noise just to settle down from a busy day. I found, and I never knew or understood why, but since I was an older, like teenager, I always had to have like a radio going or like the TV on in the background as I fell asleep. And I discovered that it was just that white noise that I needed, not necessarily like a certain program or certain kind of music, but I just needed that noise in the background. I love this sound machine because you've got different options between natural, instrumental, and I'll show you those in just a moment as well. In fact, another funny story is we have a puppy that we brought home about 11 months ago, and he absolutely loves his sound machine. We did train him to sleep in his kennel. Now he doesn't, now that he's almost a year old. But when he goes in his kennel, he will not go to sleep unless if we turn on the sound machine. He loves it. So even when we travel, we have to take the sound machine with us if we're traveling with him. And I'll be honest, the sound machine has helped me as well, where I don't need to keep the TV on, because let's be honest, nothing's worse than waking up in the middle of the night, seeing that the TV is still on, all because I just tried to use it to go to sleep. What I like about this particular sound machine and light alarm is that sunrise alarm is that it does have, unlike some others, it does display here both the time and the day and the date. A lot do not. I like that because I like to know what time it is. You can use this as a night light if you want. So if you want to continuously always keep a light on throughout the night, you can. Otherwise, like I said, you can set it along with your alarm clock so that it just goes off when you need it to. There is a let's see, let's go over a few things here. So this is kind of our button that we will use to set both time. If you do like a quick hold, long hold, then it shows you this is where we can decide, are we going to set alarms for 24 hours, so once daily, or we're going to set them for every 12 hours. If you hold it again, then it allows you to determine what time it is. It does do military time, so right now it's 1:11, and then it allows you to also select your day. So you can see here that it displays it's July 10th, and it's a Friday. Okay, moving on. This also allows you to do voice control. That is super cool. It has Bluetooth, so you can connect to Bluetooth. You can download on your phone or your tablet the NEEWER app, home app. It's super easy. It's free to download, and you would just pair this with your device that you've downloaded that app on. So again, you can set your alarms as needed through your device, which is super nice and convenient. All too often, I'll remember during the day when I'm somewhere else and away from my alarms that I need to set an alarm. But then when the time comes to go to sleep or whatever, I may have forgotten. So I like that quick convenience that I can do it on an app. I also like that there is voice control, and then I can use that to set my alarm. However, for the moment, I'm not going to do that. It does come with the instruction manuals. All of this is mentioned here. If you have any, if you prefer to have additional tutorial videos, there are QR codes here in different languages that you can scan to get additional help with. It does allow you to set your alarm here. This is your alarm button. This is your button that will allow you to change the intensity of the color if you want, should you want. This is the, this is where it goes through and you're allowed to choose the color that you want. Again, this knob here, you can choose the intensity or the brightness of that. This does, if you set your alarm along with the color sunrise, it will literally start from a lighter color and grow to more and more and more intense, just letting you know that. So you can have this always set kind of as a night light in whatever shade or preference you want. And then, or you can just have it as is without the color, and then you can just have it go with the alarm, set off with the alarm so that you're rising with it like a sunrise. You can also use the different tunes, as I said, which are fun. Let's see here. If I remember correctly. Oh, here we go. So this is our spring rain. We have our volume. We have a heavy rain, we have a drizzle, we have a raindrop, which is what our puppy actually prefers. We have the breaking waves, the river, the calm sea, the waterfall, the night waves, the winter wind, kitchen vent, blower, bushy wind, pine forest, insects, summer cricket, and it continues to go on. Again, if you download that NEEWER app on your device, whether it's a tablet or a phone, you can see all the options there that are available. And then if you wanted to, for whatever reason, just to quickly stop, because some people like to push snooze, you can just push snooze there and it will stop. Super fun, super great. It's nice to have. I'm gonna grab myself a couple more. I've got teenagers that I have tried and tried and tried for years to figure out how can I help them wake up to get to their events, to their appointments on time in the morning. Those regular standard alarm clocks are not helping, so I believe this is something that will, because again, like I said, that sunrise, the sunrise alarm clock, it mirrors that natural circadian rhythm, the natural light the man for centuries has been, and millennia that we've been used to rising with. So excited to try it with them. I think it's gonna work. If nothing else, You've got an assortment of different fun colors and sounds to listen to as well that will help lull you to sleep. Enjoy. Grab yourself a couple of these. These make great gifts.